what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today, we are going to have an episode of CR News. This is my third or fourth installment. You guys seem to really enjoy it. Basically trying to keep you guys connected with what's going on in the community, what the hot topics are. In today's video, we'll be covering the following topics. Number one, a quick channel update. Just wanted to thank you guys primarily and talk about a few changes that will be coming to my channel, but that's going to be very brief. Then we're going to move on to 2v2 mode confirmed, clan battles, aka team battles. We'll talk a little bit about that, even though I've already released a video on it. And then we'll move on to the World Clash League fraud scandal that has happened, unfortunately, for the teams that came in first and second, US Virgin Islands and Mexican team. Nobody saw any money, and there's a little bit of, I don't know, a scandal, fraud is going on. So we're going to bring Marcelp on, talk to him briefly about that, and see if we can get to the bottom of what's going on there. I also reached out to them. After that, we're going to talk about a new card leak that was inside the last Radio Royale image. We'll talk about that in a sec. And lastly, we're going to talk about the fact that the developers on Radio Royale podcast mentioned that they might install a new temporary card idea into the game as a way to kind of test and play test new cards that they're not 100% sure they're going to be having into the game as a permanent fixture. So let's start out with the channel update. You can see here on the screen a bunch of you guys, over 600 of you guys commented, giving your feedback on what you want to see from my channel. I want to keep things really educational, really informative. I want to make sure I still am the home of the pros in Clash Royale to bring that next level gameplay, decks, and content to you guys. At the same time, I don't want things to get stale, so you can see just a few of you guys' responses as far as what you'd like to see from the channel. And here is a snapshot of the changes that I've decided to implement going forward, starting really now, today, with the channel. You can go ahead and pause and read all those things. Again, don't want to take up too much time talking about my own channel, but I just wanted you guys to know that your feedback is so valuable to me. You're going to continue to steer this channel in the direction that you want to see it. The majority of you guys definitely going to continue listening to you and bring you what you want to see, always trying to improve the channel. So let's move into the actual 2v2. So this is my thumbnail. 2v2 confirmed. Thanks Mthja for making the thumbnail, by the way. You should check out his YouTube channel. I'll include it in the link below for you guys. My artiste. So 2v2 confirmed. What I kind of guessed ended up being true for the first time like ever in any of these games that I cover. But it is definitely two people going head to head. Well, I should say 4 people going head-to-head, 2v2, right? And 2 are from the same clan. It's right in your clan chat, kind of like Friendly Battle is, but you get entered into a global matchmaking pool against 2 other people searching from 2 other clans. You have your separate elixir bar. The elixir actually moves a little bit slower too, about 85%, and then 70% of the normal rate moving into overtime, just to make things a little bit less chaotic. And there's a lot of other features. I'll include, again, guys, a link to the 14 facts you should know about team battles. That's going to answer a lot of your questions. So in this screenshot that they shared with us of the team battles, you can see right now, guys, it's basically you're sharing the same king tower, you and your teammate, and you can see you both have the emoji option as well. You can both BM or both be polite together. Somehow I suspect there's going to be a little bit more BMing going on when there's 4 people involved. You got your buddy has your back and you have your buddy's back, right? But either way, you can see it's going to be insane. I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point. The hype is off the charts. Clash Royale has never seen an update this big, never seen a game feature this big. This is definitely game changing. There's no doubt about it. And I can tell you guys that there's even more coming in the update. This isn't all, so stay tuned to my channel, to all the channels. There's so many of them. There's so many great channels out there for all the information as it comes in and as we're able to share it with you guys. But a lot of good stuff, including kind of a secret little new card there. We'll talk about that in just a minute here. But first, what I want to do right now is kind of transition into the Marcelp interview and talk a little bit about the World Clash League and the scandal around the league. So here we go. Hey guys, I am here joined with Marcel P. Marcel, I invited you on the channel as part of this news segment, trying to get your side of the story. I guess it's really the only side right now with the whole World Clash League scandal or fraud, not to use too big of a words there or too inflammatory of words, but tell us a little bit about what went on there and why they've been unresponsive.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me on to have me tell my side of the story. So the WCL, World Clash League, if you guys don't know what it is this sort of Clash League that took place over maybe like a month ago. It took place over the course of like a couple months between countries. I didn't think too much of the event when it started out, but then they had announced privately to the captains that were involved in the league that there would be cash prizes for the tournament. Up to $10,000 is what they had announced to the captains, to the winning team. Now, this is obviously a huge cash prize for any clash event.
Yeah, it's big stuff. Yeah,
and a lot of really, really good players were playing in this tournament. It was really hyped up. They had also made deals with streamers, Kohi-san or Koji-san, however you pronounce his name, the big Hispanic YouTuber.
Yeah.
I know quite well.
Works with Alvaro a lot, right?
Yeah, he streams, works with Alvaro. Alvaro also streamed the finals for the WCL. You had Full Frontage, was also a streamer, and also, I believe, had a deal to get some compensation for streaming the World Clash League.
Yeah.
And so this event, I would have called it a success. I guess up until it had finished, it was quite hyped up. It was an exciting finals. They even announced league MVPs and everything. But then, as time went by, our team captain, I was on the winning team, the U.S. Virgin Islands team. Our team captain was staying in touch with the organizers, and we had actually made a deal with Team Mexico, who was in the finals, saying we'd split the $10,000 prize pool 90%, 10%. So we were basically owed $9,000, and the Mexico team was owed $1,000 on top of all the money that the organizers owed the streamers.
Yeah,
and
pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and basically these organizers just went AWOL, it disappeared. Their last tweet on Twitter was February 23rd. If you look at their
I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, they basically just disappeared, and we're just left here trying to figure out. So is this ever happening? I mean, on my end, I didn't play in this for the money, and I was never really counting on it. But I mean, if you're gonna announce this. And I mean, I understand it wasn't a public announcement, but it was committed. And basically, you can ask these. I've seen the conversations between the organizers and many captains out there, multiple captains, and their commitment to provide this $10,000 prize pool. It's just insane that they would just disappear, right?
I remember all the hype around the event, and like you mentioned Full Frontage too, and Alvaro, I remember watching their streams, and I remember them mentioning the money as well. So it definitely was publicly known. It's not like this was some backroom secret type thing,
Right. So
really weird.
Yeah, I don't know what the resolution is going to be. I hope something does come out of it.
I reached out to him too. I don't suspect they'll respond to me, but they actually reached out to me really early on to see if I wanted to cover any of the events. So I had a little bit of communication with them. So I reached out, as part of this video to see if they give any official response. I'll kind of update. So as of right now, nothing, but I'll update at the very end of the video, a few hours later at least, to see if we've heard from them. But yeah, man, I think that beyond just screwing over the two finalist team, Mexico and U.S. Virgin Islands, I think the real worry here is that if these leagues start popping up, promising a lot of money out there, and then they don't follow through, it creates a real stigma, for legit leagues who are trying to set up from scratch and try to become well-known and stuff like that. And who do you trust, So that's really concerning. I actually saw another league too, believe it or not. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Let's see. I saw another league the other day saying they were official Supercell sponsors, and I confirmed it, or I tried to confirm it with Supercell. They said they never heard of them.
Oh, geez.
So I'm going to go ahead, and if I can find that, I'll link that as well. But basically, that's another concern. It's just, really, people can't be, I don't know. This is really concerning, I guess,
Yeah, I agree for sure. It's just not a good thing for the competitive scene of Clash Royale for these leagues. And I really hope that we could have more of these leagues sort of organized by more reputable people or I mean, yeah, it's just a shame, really, for this stuff to happen.
Yeah, real big bummer, but, you know, I mean, thanks for coming on again. I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you got to head to work and stuff, but I just wanted you to kind of clarify from someone who was actually on the team, who actually engaged with all the people involved. So hopefully, you know, things get resolved. They do the right thing. They come forward and they pay what they promised to pay. I mean, that's definitely important to do if you want to have any kind of legitimacy, not only within that league specifically, but also within the whole competitive format of Clash Royale. So thanks for coming on, man. I hope everything works out.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me on.
I gotta ask before you leave, any big YouTube videos coming up that we should be aware of on your channel?
I've been quite busy lately at work and just real life stuff, mostly positive things, so that's good. But I'll try, and hopefully you did announce or confirm this 2v2 mode, which is really exciting. So I'm looking forward to a lot of exciting collab videos, either on my channel or others as well. I'd be down to go on your channel and a bunch of other people's channels. It'd be great to put out these 2v2 videos.
You're welcome to be my 2v2 partner any day, Marcel. You know how to contact me.
Sounds good. Definitely looking forward to that.
All right, man. Thanks again.
Okay, thanks.
All right, bye. All right, there. Just wanted to thank Marcel again for coming on. That was a really unfortunate situation. I mean, those players getting promised $10,000, attracting, you know, most of the world's best players into the contest, and then really just going MIA like that. And coincidentally, that was about 4 hours ago now that I heard from Marcel. It's now been about 12 hours since I've contacted the World Clash League, and no response to me either. But anyway, let's move on to the next subject, happier subjects here for the rest of the CR News video. I want you guys to listen to this clip. It's about a 30-second clip or so from the Radio Royale podcast, talking about a card idea that they killed, and that we'll be seeing something similar to it in the next update, thereby confirming that we will be seeing new cards in the next update. So here it is, guys.
But its abilities was it could turn invisible and therefore not be detected by any troop. So you could basically it would run up to the nearest troop, reveal itself, go boo, and basically stun the enemy. And then from there, it could start attacking and start being attacked.
So we killed that card specifically because it was quite complicated. It's quite difficult to understand and read. It was very different mechanically, and it didn't really allow for much interesting gameplay behaviors. But we did actually sort of take that kind of difference in sort of movement mechanic and apply that to another card that's coming in the next update.
Oh yeah, we did.
I'm not sure we can talk about it.
All right, so very interesting there, little Easter egg for us. And look at this image that Supercell also released today. This is an official Supercell image, so this is not photoshopped. I can guarantee that on my entire reputation. And it looks like they dropped another Easter egg here, meaning another new card here behind the Royal Giant. What could it be? Could this be the new card that they alluded to in the Radio Royale interview that went live the same time as this image did? This maybe is that new card, some kind of a stealth-like card? Interesting idea. They were talking, by the way, about the ghost card idea. Kind of clipped out the first part of that paragraph that the developer was explaining what the card did, and that was the ghost idea, but they said they put it into a new card. So this could be it on the screen right now. We'll have to wait and see, but either way, it does look like we'll be getting at least one new card. I would speculate maybe 3, 4, 5 new cards, kind of the way they've been doing it with the staggered release. Now, moving on, guys, the last thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is that on the same Radio Royale podcast, by the way, I'll include a link to that. You should listen to it. It's about 25 minutes, 30 minutes long, but it's well worth the listen. It's a great new series put out on the Clash Royale YouTube channel. But I want to play another clip for you guys, and I thought it was an interesting response to a fan question. So here it is.
First question from Josh Wilhelm. The Clash Royale team should add a developer madness game mode where you can make a deck with any card in the game, but with cards that are being tested. For example, a new card that you can use every couple weeks.
I actually really love this idea.
Not really a question, but yes.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. I like it. And I think it's a really strong concept because especially if it's a card that we're not sure if it's going to... Sometimes we try ideas for cards, and you heard in the last episode that we try mad ideas and we're worried about launching them because they might break the game.
Yeah.
And this is a really good way of us finding out.
That's what I love about challenges, is we can put crazy ideas in them and they don't really ruin the main game.
Yeah, because they go in and they might ruin the game for a weekend and they come out again.
Yeah, it might ruin the game for a weekend, but I think we can take that.
Yeah. So this is a way of us just experimenting and almost prototyping, and maybe we try out a card idea in there that we think's a bit risky, but it works. If it works, then we can then roll it into the main ladder.
Okay, so I found that very interesting. They kind of alluded to the fact that they have the challenges in the game as a way to test out new gameplay ideas. Bring draft challenge to the game permanently, maybe, stuff like that. See what does work, what doesn't work. Like the random deck challenge, not a lot of people love that one, but draft challenge, yes, 2 thumbs up, right? So I think they might be doing that with cards in the future based on their response there. We'll certainly have to wait and see how things go, but they usually are careful about what they say and when they say it, speaking about any Supercell employees. So the fact that they chose this question to answer in this way does tell me that it's something they're considering to add to the game, or add to the way they unroll new cards to the game in the future. I'm curious what you guys think of that idea. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you kind of like, just getting things that are going to be permanent? Me personally, that's what I kind of like, honestly. I'm not sure if I'm in the minority or the majority, but when I see a new card or a new thing added to the game, I like it to be permanent, but that's just me. Maybe I'm just an old fart who likes things to be nice and dependable. But either way, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. I do want to give a shout out to pigpush.com. Pigpush.com. It's a new site that I'm a part of that is really going to create up-to-date so much information for you guys. It's going to have up-to-date information about leagues, various leagues throughout the competitive community. It's going to update you on scores, kind of picture like an ESPN for all the competitive Clash leagues. So I'm really excited about that project. There'll be more information coming on my channel about pigpush.com. I'll include a link for you guys to check out. I promise that you won't be disappointed in it. And with that, guys, I'm going to let you go. Huge shout out to my YouTube partner, Bren Chong. Make sure you check him out on social media and the likes. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, take care, guys.